Oh no, I just freed the boat. I just freed the attack boat. I just freed the attack boat instead of... like... Sorry. Fog? Fog? Maggot!
Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Rex Rexington. You can call me Rex for short. Let me guide you through your start to playing Battlebit Remastered. Let's get started by choosing what game modes there are. In Battlebit, there are 3 quick modes that you can choose from. These 3 modes all offer different types of experiences depending on what you choose. For instance, the 3 that you can choose from are 127v127, 64v64, and 32v32. This game type is the one that has the most players in it. Biggest maps and the biggest modes. These modes include Big Conquest, Infantry Conquest, Dominant... You know what? There's a lot of these game modes. We'll just get back to it. 127 versus 127 is the most crazy game mode of them all. I highly don't recommend it if you're a new player going in for the first time. If you do go in for the first time, you're gonna maybe get confused by what's going on, hence the name, the Gauntlet. Try to focus on doing your class-specific duties. Of course, more on that later. This game mode, the happy medium. It's a mix between the chaos of 127 versus 127 and 32v32. You'll find a lot of the higher level players will be kind of chilling here most of the time, in my opinion, because it's not as chaotic as the other servers. I highly recommend you play this one as your first time. It'll be a lot easier because you'll have more time before immediately dying. I'm gonna be honest, I've only queued for this mode a few times, and other than the challenges that I was doing, it was very boring, to be completely honest. I mean, if you want to go there, try out a new weapon for say, and maybe get better at sniping, I highly recommend you go to a 32v32. But I don't know what else to say. Oh shoot, you know what they do have though? It has Rush. God, I freaking love Rush. That's the reason. Now we get back to what I mentioned earlier, game modes. In Battlebit, there's different game modes. You heard me mention Conquest, Infantry Conquest, and Domination. To be honest, writing this out was a lot more easier than just slipping in there, because the game modes are what really makes the game. Starting with Conquest. This game mode you would most likely recognize from most Battlefield games, or more of the recent COD games, if you're a COD player, for instance. This game mode has multiple flags that can be captured. The name of the game is to have the most flags to reduce these things called tickets. Each team starts off with a set amount of tickets. Dying, for instance, costs a ticket. So if you get gunned down, don't immediately skip the revive. Wait for medics to see if they'll res you. If not, well, just respawn then. It's just 1 ticket. When these tickets are drained, of course, that side that lost all their tickets would necessarily lose. This mode also has a lot of vehicles, depending on what map you're on. Vehicles such as helicopters, tanks, BTRs, Humvees, and I cannot forget the classic quad bike. Vehicles aside, Conquest is the mode you'll be playing most of the time. At the end of every match, there is a vote pool that basically can be done by any player in the match on what they're going to play next. This game mode's a bit different from the previous one. I know it shares the same name, but there's one glaring issue, or what I say issue. There's no vehicles. No Humvees, no tanks, no BTRs, no helicopters. This version of Conquest, in my opinion, ruins the fun of most Conquest, but my opinion aside, it is an incredibly fun experience when you're playing a smaller map. Domination is kind of weird to have because of how similar it is to Infantry Conquest, but in a smaller map, and of course, you know, no vehicles. Typically, you'll see this one if Invasion or any of the conquests aren't available in the map voting. Now, this game mode here, you barely will ever get to play, but it is one of my favorites. Everyone remembers playing either TF2, Roblox, or even Call of Duty, and playing a type of game mode with Capture the Flag. This game mode can be described, of course, as, I've never really had to describe it. Let me just type in Google here. Okay, here we go. A game in which two teams each hide a colored cloth representing the team's flag and then tries to find the other team's flag and return it to their home base. That is the literal definition. I guess, that's for the real one where you're in real life, but in game it's just 2 select points. I was surprised with how short that is, actually. Usually you search up something Google wise and it's just a massive text. All right, you'll see this game mode actually be exclusive to 64v64 and 32v32, but of course I may be wrong. I've never seen it in a 127v127. Where do I start with this mode? I can't be unbiased about this game mode. It's just kind of bad. Maybe I'm just tasteless with how it is done, but I'm not a huge fan of Frontlines. But here's my best try to describe it. It's a massive tug of war. Both teams start off with 2 sectors that they have. In total, there are 5 sectors. Whoever holds all the sectors win the game. But it's a massive tug and war with the middle sector at the start of the match being neutral. Whoever captures those flags go to the next sector, and so on and so forth until all the sectors are gone, and whichever team has all the sectors wins. Recently added to the game, as of writing the script of course, it's in game mode like no other. Or at least that's how I can describe it. Able to be played in 127v127 and 64v64, this game mode is hard to describe, but it's very similar to Rush, which we haven't talked about yet. This is where one team is attacking and one team is defending. The defense team has to hold 3 flag objectives, and the attack team, of course, has to capture those. This is where it's similar to Frontlines in a way, because it will also pull out the sector factor of it. Same thing as with Rush, which we'll talk about in a bit. Invasion is, in my opinion, very enjoyable, just as much as fun as Rush, but the only difference is Rush is only available in the smaller game modes, Invasion's in the newer game modes. The final game mode we're talking about is much like Invasion. That is, of course, that it's a sector-based game mode. 2 points that are machines, per se. You'd have to blow them up if you're on attack to proceed to the next sector. It can be defused, of course. They both take very long times to arm and defuse, but this is your basic game. This is the basic fun game mode you'll be playing in the smaller game modes. This is one of the only game modes that's also exclusively in 64v64 and 32v32. Now that you've loaded into your game type of choice, and you know a bit more about the game modes, you'll now be seeing the deployment screen. Now, in the bottom middle of the screen, you'll see 5 icons. Those are the different classes in the game: Assault, Medic, Engineer, Support, and Recon. These have different weapons that can be used across various of the classes, of course, and they have various gadgets and utility that are very exclusive to each class that helps you best suit your playstyle. I'll give a bit of a description for all the classes right now.
I don't even know where to start with you. I mean, do you even know who you're talking to?
Assault is what I would like to call the basic all-around fighter of all the classes in the game. The gadget options are pretty unique with the sledgehammer, pickaxe, and grappling hook, but those aren't exclusive to the class. Those are also shared with a few of the other classes. The weapons that the Assault class has access to is assault rifles, DMRs, carbines, personal defense weapons, and battle rifles.
Now, most hearts couldn't withstand this voltage, but I'm fairly certain your heart...
The Medic class is the class that's focused on healing. They have a crap load of band-aids on them and a med box that you can both heal yourself and heal your teammates infinitely. The guns that you have access to on Medic are ARs, submachine guns, battle rifles, and carbines. A bit less than what Assault has, for instance, but the livability of a Medic is insane. Like, look at this clip here.
I think I can get you this time.
No worries. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to
Guys,
run
push
away
right
so
now.
you can spawn on me. There's like 5 out here. I keep
To your
healing
right,
myself.
behind you.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I keep healing myself. They can't kill me. Oh, I'm way too fast.
They're everywhere.
Holy shit, they are everywhere. You can't get me if I keep healing. Dude, they keep chasing me. No, there's like 5 behind me. Holy shit, their aim is shit. Guys, you guys are absolute shit at aiming. Holy shit. I have not seen anyone with worse aim. Dude, they're still chasing me, I think.
I got the rally though.
As you saw in that clip there, the survivability of a medic, or at least that was early on, was absolutely crazy. It may not be that much anymore, but still, medic is a viable choice if you're brand new to the game.
Hey, look, buddy. I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Use more gun.
This class is mainly used for repairing vehicles with the repair tool, and also getting rid of vehicles with a wide selection of rocket launcher. Your weapon selection as engineer is ARs, DMRs, PDWs, battle rifles, and carbines. Supports, on the other hand, is to resupply teammates with the large and small ammo box. Large is more preferred though, and it works almost exactly the same as the medic bag, though you cannot resupply yourself. Another part of support is the fact that they have light support weapons and light machine guns, which are, you know, the guns with the most ammo, which is great for laying down covering fire and just shooting a lot of bullets.
I think his mate saw me.
Yes, yes, he
The final class we're going to talk about is the Recon. The Recon is the sniper class, so their weapons are very limited to snipers, DMRs, and battle rifles. The gadget choice doesn't have anything too specific to the class other than the surveillance drone, or what I like to call the manned bomb drone that has caused me many pains. There was a point where you could put anti-personnel mines on the drone and then fly it into enemies. It would kill the drone, but you would kill a giant group of enemies depending on the game mode. It was literally insane. I'll try to get a clip here to show you. I couldn't sleep at night. That thing really After a 10-minute cry of me in the fetal position of remembering what the bomb drone has done to me, you now know the classes. So, to move on to the next part, if you look on the bottom left corner of the screen, there are 2 options called Loadout and Customize. Customize is your cosmetics, which we won't be getting into today, and the other one is Loadout. Loadout is the one that shows you how to change all your stuff around. So for instance, when you look in and click that button at the top of the screen, there will be 5 icons: primary, secondary, bandage, gadget 1, gadget 2, and then grenade. Those are important for obvious reasons, of course. Now that you've had customized your class, you get to either deploy on a teammate, an objective, spawn, or vehicles. You'll most likely see vehicles around objectives and stuff like that. They are spawnable by an indicated box around them. Same with teammates and spawn points. Now that you've spawned in, the important thing to have is fun. Try your best to have fun, learn the game, and I hope you do enjoy it. A few last pointers here to throw in the end are bandages. I never really talked about them, but each class has a limited amount of bandages, most of them being 4 or 5. Medic, on the other hand, has 25. Bandages are used to heal yourself or revive teammates. Don't heal yourself with them if you don't need to. Let the medics heal you, don't waste them. Also, another tip, I mentioned this earlier, don't immediately skip when you die unless you are alone. Those ticket points can come down to being something very important near the end. And remember, proxy chat can be weird, but try to enjoy it. Everyone tries to have a blast on this game, or at least I try to and the people in my community do. And one final thing to note is try to be nice to other people. Even if they're being a dick to you, just be nice. This should be coming out around the holiday season, or just a bit after Christmas. I mean, I'm shooting this Christmas Eve, the audio, and I'm going to be gathering footage tonight. So, there's that. I hope this was a good starter video for anyone new coming to Battlebit. I don't know when this is going to be coming out. As I said, hoping just after Christmas so all the Christmas noobs could see it. Hello if you're new. Special thanks to some of the people that I look up to and that gave me some motivation to make this video. Especially, names are going to be here, but your Chopper Pilot, Mekamuku, and a few other people, of course, that will also be shown here. And hey, go show them some love and come show me some love. I stream basically every night at 8:30 p.m. EST on Twitch. Same name as YouTube, and I hope to see y'all there. I hope this was a good tutorial, and I hope to see you guys in the next edition of Battle in the Bit.